Hello everyone and welcome back to Strife Solutions here on the YogCast server. I am of course William Strife, and this is YogCast Complete, or YogPack if you prefer, a modded Minecraft pack specifically made for us, the YogCast. You can go ahead and check the description for a link to download the pack yourself if you want to play along. So, anyway, it's been a while since I recorded last or did any of these logs about the wondrous, progression of Strife Solutions. So there are a lot of things that I have to cover. It's all on my checklist here, but today's episode is about the sorting system. What I really need to get up and running this time around is a proper and right sorting system leading into all of these chests, and I'll get to that in a minute. But before that, I want to show you guys some of the things that I've done to update the facility. First of all, I've replaced a lot of the aesthetics with aluminum covers because they just look a whole lot better. And aluminum, I have a lot of blocks of aluminum and I don't really use too much of it. So, things that I need to update you on, the glass floors and the walls. So this is something that I did between episodes that I don't think I ever really covered. I added these vibrant quartz glass walls between all of the, to separate the, bays or the cubicles out, and I also added obsidian glass on the holes between all of the levels, which there seems to be an egg floating up there. There's still chickens hanging around the facility that I need to get rid of. But to make the obsidian glass that separates the levels, it's just thickened glass plus obsidian. You get 4 of them, and thickened glass is just sandy glass, which is smelted, and sandy glass is just 2 bits of glass and sand. So that's how I made this stuff. Meanwhile, the quartz glass is made by combining quartz dust with glass dust, and this quartz dust can be either centrus quartz, which is mined up in the overworld, or it can be nether quartz ground up to make the stuff. So you can crush up nether quartz to get it, or you can get it from centrus quartz dust, which is just crushing up centrus quartz, or certus quartz. I always say that wrong. I say centrus even though it's certus. My mistake. But you can then use the quartz glass and combine it with 2 glowstone to make this vibrant quartz glass, which I use specifically because it emits light, so I don't have to use as many torches to light the base up. And I am going to be making lamps and whatnot to light the place up as well. And it sounds like my tree farm outside has finally harvested its last tree. In the process of building the reactor downstairs, which is something else I need to get to, I set up this tree farm over here, and all of the trees have now been harvested out. But this is like my 3rd sludge drum that I filled up, and as you can see back here, I've just got tons of rubber wood and rubber saplings, and I've got tons of rubber as well. I don't know how into Mine Factory Reloaded I will get in the long run, but I did take care of it. The next thing to cover is my cyanite reprocessor. Cyanite is the leftover spent fuel that comes out of a reactor, and if you run it through a cyanite reprocessor, you'll get this plutonium. Yeah, yellorium and plutonium. They're no different. The only difference is that this is a re-refined version of the stuff. So the reactor kicks out this cyanite, and you can take 2 cyanite ingots and put it into a cyanite reprocessor, and it will take power plus water, and it will reprocess it into a plutonium ingot. Now, for some reason, the arrow is not filling up, but it does indeed work. And there you go. It's used up some of the water, and it's produced another plutonium ingot, and it's chewed up 2 cyanite ingots in the process. So that's that. The reactor, I have tweaked its layout. As many of you saw the note in the video, I should probably reset the the speed at which this thing functions. But I've reduced the number of fuel rods and control rods on the reactor. There used to be one there, one here, one here, one here, completing the checkerboard pattern. But after doing additional tinkering, I discovered it's more efficient if I have an empty ring of coolant around everything. So now what has happened is I am chewing up less fuel in the process of generating power. If I come down here and activate this baby, the fuel consumption is halved, and that's really the reason why I did it. I am generating a little over 30,000 kiloflux per tick. Granted, that means that I'm generating only 75% of what I was generating before, but I have also halved my energy consumption, which means that, I've basically come out 25% on top, I think, or something akin to that. But that's the whole entire situation with the reactor. And for that matter, I've had this thing off primarily because I'm running out of fuel. Another thing that I've done in between episodes is I've built up this platform out here, this enormous platform. This is the northern platform. As far as the facility is concerned, the way that it's going to work is that I'm going to have platforms flanking it on all sides and then satellite platforms in the corners as well. And this is just, step one of completing the solution of building the solution business park. I'll get around to actually building that up and finishing it later. So that's everything that I've done between episodes that you guys need to know about. So cyanite, the reactor adjustment. Now on to the actual episode. And the first thing that I want to do is create a charge station, because it's something that I've been kind of avoiding or not getting around to for a while now. A charge station is something from Mechanism, and it's not actually a station, it's a pad, but the charge station is something that you can stand on top of, and anything in your inventory that utilizes any form of universal electricity or power will charge up whenever you're standing on this, and it'll charge up super, super fast as well. So if I hit R, it's just an energy tablet with a bunch of pressure plates and some steel, so I'll go ahead and just get the stuff together to make a energy tablet really fast. Okay, so I should have everything. Just make myself a couple of pressure plates and plus the pressure plates, and there I've got myself a charge pad. And this thing just basically needs to hook up to any sort of power cable. Just gonna go ahead and remove that panel there and put it down. I'm probably gonna do something different, something a little more beautiful to put this thing in, but I can sit down on this, and as you can see, my atomic disassembler recharged, as well as my free runner pads, and it's making some funky woo 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 sounds. So I'll figure out how to put that down and not make it as ugly later on. But there you go. That's the first thing that I want to make checked off the list here. So now on to the sorting system, which I'm going to use. I'm going to make it using Mechanism, because Mechanism is really what most of what I'm doing here is centered around. And to do that, I'm going to be utilizing these logistical sorters. Now, I've made a whole bunch of these off camera because, well, first of all, they're not that difficult to make, and why not? So the logistical sorter is just a control circuit with a piston and a bunch of iron, and actually making all of this has sapped my iron almost entirely. As you can see, this is all the iron I have left, these 33 blocks of iron. Now, granted, that's still a pretty reasonable amount of iron, but I'm starting to lack. I've got these other chests full of resources and whatnot sitting around the base, but things have got to get fixed. I've got to set up a processing system and whatnot downstairs. But before I'm going to set up myself a processing system, I need to get myself a sorting system in place. So what I've done is I've set up all these pipes leading up to chests above me, and I'm going to build a manual sorting system, old school. Now, I should probably address the fact that there are a lot of you, no doubt, who are asking the question, where's the ME storage system? And my response to you is this, but first I should probably explain to those of you who don't understand. An ME storage system is something from a mod called Applied Energistics, and it's centered around the concept that you can turn matter into energy and store it as data on hard drives. And with how large hard drives can get in Applied Energistics, you can store you can basically store more than I can fit in this entire building in one single block, or basically a server rack filled with multiple hard drives. The catch is that you have to power those hard drives to be able to access the items inside. And you can even, with additional work and additional crafting, create what is basically a server mainframe that will auto-craft items, and you can order them up out of the system. Now, that's a really cool idea, but it just kind of circumvents a whole lot of what Minecraft is about, having to build large and impressive structures, and if you can store everything in a 9x9 cube, what is the point? That is my mentality on it. So I'm not getting into Applied Energistics if I can help it. That being said, this is just such a large mod pack, and I'm going to accrue so many resources. There's really no question that I am going to, at some point, require an ME storage system. So I'm only going to dip my feet I'm only going to dip my toes into Applied Energistics and Matter Energy storage systems if I have to. Okay, I'm going to basically put that off for as long as possible, and then once it's just critical and I absolutely have to have such a convenient and large, compact storage system, will I use it. But until then, I'm staying away from applied energistics, okay? So what I'm basically saying here is that applied energistics is like a necessary poison. I won't use it for as long as I possibly can, but once the time comes, I probably will get into it. So please try not to rage in the comments too much. That's just my opinion on the whole matter. Anyways, let's get on with the episode about sorting. Logistical transporters and sorters. Yes. Transporters are the mechanism version of tubes which sort things out. So I'll just take these out of my chest here. That's a mechanical pipe. I don't need that. So, logistical transporters are just steel on either side of a control circuit, which obviously is a urine-rich alloy flanked by redstone. So, the way that these work, pretty much the exact same as, mechanical pipes. So, to continue on with the episode, the way that this thing works is that you slap a transporter down right next to a chest, and it will automatically suck things out of the chest. And if you right-click on the logistical sorter, you can open it up, and it has filters. This is one of the sorters that I have been messing around with, like, basically trying to learn all of the nuances of the logistical sorters. The great thing about this is that I can come in here and add filters to it, just like I can the digital miner, and save that, and it will retain its filters even after I pick it up. So I can put it back down over here, and you see it's retained its filters. So the way that this baby works is pretty useful and effective. So I can put the sorters down up here, and I can figure out what I need to sort to each individual chest and then take them downstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and hop down to the basement and show you the basic way that this thing works, and then I'm going to build my sorting system. Okay, so I'm down here in the basement. This is where all the sorting is going to take place, and what I'm basically going to do before setting up a big complex system, because I'm not actually going to show me building the mess which is going to be down here, what I'm going to do is show you a basic breakdown of the way that the mechanism sorting works. So what you want to do is put down a chest, and then your logistical sorter has to be immediately next to it, and then you need two pipes coming off of it. Whoops. There we go. Come on. There we go. That should do the job. Now, the way that this works is that this logistical sorter is going to sort everything out of this chest and send it on to either this chest or that chest. Now, what I want is this chest is the one that's going to be sorted to, and this is going to be the buffer that the next logistical sorter is going to pull out of. So if I just put that down right there. You know, pretty simple and straightforward system. If we just hop up here. This is the basic design of the sorting system, and this just tiles and repeats over and over, and you can twist and mangle it into basically any sort of a shape that you need. So, with the first logistical sorter, I already seem to have something in there. So, you can add a filter to it just like you can with the digital miner. The item stack, where you just basically put something in there and then you give it a color to sort to, and you hit save. And you can also use the OR directory, which I'm not going to use at all in the sorting system because it's not really needed. And of course, there are these other settings over here. So first of all, auto eject means that it's going to pull everything out of the inventory that it's attached to. Normally, with auto eject off, it will only pull the things out that it has a filter for. Okay, so with auto eject on, it ejects everything, and everything that's not in the filter list will automatically be ejected by this default color down here. So with this, I can take the configurator tool, hold down Shift, and right-click the pipe, the logistical transporter, to set it to dark blue. And over here, I can right-click this twice and set it to dark green. So now, everything in the filter list is going to be sorted out to dark blue because I've set it to dark blue, and everything not in this list is going to be filtered out to dark green. So this is the way that it works. If it's in the item list, it's going to get filtered out to dark blue and up to this chest. If it's not in the item list, it's going to get kicked on to the next buffer chest over here to be sorted by the next logistical sorter, and it's going to be sent to green. So what was it that I put in here? It was apples and stone. Actually, let's delete the stone filter, and let's just chuck a bunch of stuff in here. So there you go. You see it, and because I haven't set up any filters for this thing and auto eject is on, it's just kicked everything straight out immediately to one of the chests. So that's how it works. This is a pretty basic and straightforward setup. If you've worked with older versions of Minecraft and Red Power 2, then this should come as no surprise. It should be very logical. And the very specific reason why I am using logistical sorters is because I think that it's fun. I just like seeing these big systems of things filtering around through it. And, once again, I'm just not that big of a fan of applied energistics. Let's, condense an entire sorting let's nix your sorting system and store an entire big base in, like a small 3-block object. So that's just my mentality behind it. Now, what I'm going to do is, just kind of save you guys the boredom, and I'm going to build a big, complicated processing system, because what I need is a chest to sort out of initially, and sort the stuff straight out into a ore processing system that's going to take up space back here, and then send it through a sorting system that leads up to each one of these pipes here in this main areas. But I'm going to not bore you guys with that, so I'll get back to you whenever I've actually built the actual sorting system, and I'll explain to you how it's functioning. Okay, guys, so it has been a while, okay? A serious while since I started working on the sorting system, and I think I have pretty much finished it at this point. This is what it looks like down here. Now, yes, I know it might look a little bit of a mess or seriously confusing to some of you, but it's exactly what I explained before. You have a buffer chest with a logistical sorter attached to it with a bunch of things in its filter, and what it immediately does is it filters out everything that it knows about to the blue, and if it's not in the blue, then it will automatically eject it to the green. And then it moves on to the next chest where the exact same thing happens. It spits everything out. Things that it knows goes to the blue, things that it doesn't know goes to the green, and on to the next chest. So it just does that over again, and I've already tested it. It works just perfectly fine. So what I've got here in my inventory is just a bunch of junk. I've just plucked a bunch of stuff randomly out of it and using the shift click feature. I've just dumped a bunch of stuff in there. I'll go ahead and put the last of the things in that I have as well. And as you can see, it's just sorting through everything. Everything is getting put out to exactly where it needs to go. I do run into a tiny bit of server lag every once in a while, and the things seem to stall in the pipes. But as you can see, stuff is getting sorted out and sent to its proper chests, and everything that doesn't have a home, or hasn't found a home yet, continues to go on. Super useful, and for that matter, like I said before, I don't necessarily have to be using this many logistical sorters to get this job done, but at the same time I think that it's useful to use this many because it helps to simplify it. You can check your filters independently whenever something's wrong, and right up here I only have one logistical sorter at the end servicing 2 chests, because things that aren't in the system anywhere end up spitting out to this last chest on the end over here. And actually, I didn't think that anything was going to go into that last chest over on the end. Let's check it out and see what sort of miscellaneous strange oddities ended up in here. Okay, a block of quartz. That means that I haven't assigned a home for a block of quartz or moss. I think that was all. I don't think that there was anything else that I didn't have a home for, so this means that I'm going to have to go and look at the filters downstairs and find the proper locations where moss and block of quartz go. Probably right up in here and over in this diamond chest here for Certus quartz, or maybe... No, this is the chest that I want for block of quartz from standard Minecraft. But that's the sorting system together, guys. The only thing that I have left to do really is set up another logistical sorter and a chest ahead of that where stuff comes down into and gets sorted into ore processing. Now, I'm going to be hooking this up to an ender chest system eventually, but I obviously have to have the ender pearls, which is why I need to get to actually reestablishing the magic farm so I can have enough ender pearls to supply for various deeds and purposes. But in addition, ore processing, I think it was sitting at ×3 whenever I was in the shack. That's not enough, okay? It's due for another upgrade. But until then, I am William Strife, and I have gotten my sorting system up and running, and I've yet to get a couple of other things up into position. Probably ore processing is going to be up in the next episode, the more sophisticated version of it. just another step up, and there's still more to go to from there. But until next time, everyone, I am William Strife of Strife Solutions here on the Yogscast server playing YogPack. I'll see you guys later. Bye.